Hey friends, I want to pop in here really fast and kind of share about how I did finally, for the first time in like 5 years of being a coach, I did some Sunday planning and I want to talk you guys through it because I know majority of you are really overwhelmed. It happens. I get overwhelmed as well, and that's why it's important to have a plan and to know what your goal is for this week, okay? You don't need to base your goal off of anyone else's goal. It just needs to be your goal. And maybe for you, that means getting consistent with how you're sharing about your journey, how you're using stories. Something that I have decided to do is I set a whole bunch of alarms in my phone. And I've done this in the past, and it usually works for me the first week or two, and then I have to kind of readjust. And I'm challenging and encouraging you guys to do the same thing, especially if you're super busy and you're trying to figure out, like, how are you supposed to get all these things done, and then you overthink it, you know what I mean? So I set an alarm on my phone. I'm actually going to move my workout time earlier in the day, and I'm going to work out. So I have an alarm set for that. 8 a.m. It's time to work out. You could write an affirmation in that if you want. My suggestion to you is to make sure you turn off the snooze because it's really freaking annoying when it keeps going off every 10 minutes, okay? So set an alarm for when you want to work out, for when you're going to sit down and crush your power hour. So I blocked out my morning. I'm using my Rise Up Planner, which I've gifted to a couple of you. When you hit a rank with me, if you haven't gotten this already, I will gift it to you because I think it's a really amazing tool. And this is this Rise Up Planner. This is what we've been doing, that Rise Up training with Moira. And I just, now that I've taken the training, I understand how to use it so much more. It really overwhelmed me. So if you have it and you're like, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know where to begin, I understand. And that's why I want to talk this little tiny piece through with you. And I don't want you to spend tons of time doing this. I just want you to have a roadmap for how you're going to show up this week and give yourself grace if it doesn't go exactly according to plan. So this is my planner, okay? I know what my goals are for the year. I want us to be a 5-star elite team by January 27. That means 5 of you need to go diamond. Cool? One of them will be Marshall. I'm going to work that account. So we're building together. The other is I need to work on my own balance. So I'm calling that my 4 touch points, which means once a week, I want a date night or some kind of special interaction with Hubs. I want to read a book for freaking fun. I want to take an afternoon off, and I want to have some play in my life. I'm going to schedule in play because I am a workaholic and I don't know how to turn it off. That's my truth, okay? So my third goal is to pay off my car and a credit card that I might have gotten a little out of hand with. My Beachbody money is just going to Amazon. It's time to buckle that down. What is happening? Connor has a ring. It's like sticking everywhere. Okay, so I had to reverse engineer that. Like, if these are my goals, how do I get there? So you break it down by the halfway mark, whatever your goal is. Maybe your goal is to hit emerald or hit diamond by next month. So you cut that in half. Like, what do you need to do at the 2-week mark? What do you need to do this coming week? Like, having those goals, it's not about you failed if you don't hit them, but you need to know what you're striving for. And I guarantee you, if you know what that is and you look at it every single day, at the beginning of your day, it's going to influence how you show up and the actions and the behaviors you take versus dicking around for 4 hours because it all adds up, right? On Instagram, watching people's stories and replying to little messages and taking polls. Like, if you want to be a diamond coach, then get after it. It's really not hard. We make it so complicated. We overthink it, but it's really just using your business activity tracker and doing those behaviors, having those power pockets, and getting momentum in your journey. You will not get tons of yeses right out the gate. You just won't. So don't allow that to discourage you. Your job is to share your authentic, true, and perfect vulnerable journey, and to leave your business card along the way, and to invite people consistently on your stories, on your feeds, and then behind the scenes in Messenger. I think that you guys discount how much work it takes. Can you do it? Absolutely. Will it take you tons of time? No, it won't. But it's about getting laser focused about the behaviors that you need to do. And it's not enough to throw up a transformation photo once a month or to say, this is me over here working out on my journey, and then be frustrated when we have crickets. We've all done it. So I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you heartache and time by saying, here is your plan. It is your business activity tracker. Now figure out what is the goal you need. If you need to like get your shakes paid for, then that means you need to have 3 people get started every single month. You need to have hit Success Club consistency to get enough commission to offset your personal business fee, which is the $16, and then the cost of your Shakeology. 3 people a month? You guys, that is so easy. If you're not hitting Success Club, you're just not having conversations and following up. And for the record, it's the following up that for me works over and over and over. And I don't just stop following up with people who purchased a year or 3 months ago. I continue to follow up with those people because you guys, it's low hanging fruit. They already like you. They already have the tools. Like why? And it's our accountability as well. You know, like I say that all the time. I wouldn't be as consistent on my own personal fitness journey if I didn't have coaching to keep me tethered to what matters. So use this journey, like use coaching as your accountability. It is, you guys, that's our number one job, is to work on our own journey. So kind of figure out what your goals are, what your immediate goal is, what some big goals are, and then just reverse engineer them. And if you don't know how or what, I have time blocked out. I'm going to start blocking out 15-minute increments throughout the week, and I'm happy to plug you in there. I am tired of chasing you guys. I'm tired of hitting your inbox and I'm here, tell me what you need. No, you tell me what you need. I'm telling you all, I am here. Even if I'm not your personally sponsored coach, I am more than happy to help you and to help you navigate this journey to be an elite team, which is what I want to be. I need all of you. It's not just the Sarah show. So take ownership of this, figure out what you need at a minimum, and then let's make an action plan so that you can actually make that happen. Because I see a lot of coaches out there that are not on our team and they do not inspire me, which means they're inspiring someone else, which means that you, all of you who completely inspire the pants off me, you could make such a freaking impact if you get consistent and you block out the time. So that's what we're talking about. Okay, so my top 3 yearly goals, what does that mean when I reverse engineer it? Like if I want to be this by the end of year or by whatever date I've set, then what do I need to do this month? What do I need to do this week? If I'm at Success Club 2. I haven't had enough conversations. I haven't invited enough. So that means I don't just say, oh crap, well, better luck next time. No, now I'm going to pick up the steam and I'm going to remind myself why I love this. I am on day 7 of the 21-day fix. I can barely sit. I'm so sore. You guys, this is an amazing thing. Like, why are we not sharing this with everyone? It's not your job to convince them, but it is your job to invite them. And the last week's National Wake Up Call, she had that quote that said, it's always a no if you don't ask. I was like, I'm going to put that somewhere. It's always a no if I don't ask. And if I prejudge them, who am I to take away that opportunity that might be exactly the thing they need for their fitness, for their friendships, for their personal just health, you guys. Get out of your own freaking way and invite some people. Okay, so and then I wrote down the things I need to do. This is different than my business activity tracker. So, you know, now that I've taken Moira's course and I understand it a little bit better, this is the part I'm talking about here. If you have the thing, okay? So she has these blank spaces for you to fill it out. And I used to fill it out with the things that I was good at. Like, yeah, I can check it off every day. But that's not the point. The point isn't getting every single day checked off. The point is to get honest and to have that like, oh, yeah, I've only recruited like 1 coach in 3 months because I'm not inviting to coaching and I'm not following up and I'm not laying that roadmap. I'm not talking about coaching on my stories. That's not my situation, but maybe it's yours, okay? I definitely need to add some coaches to the team this week though. That's why we have a sneak peek, guys. All right, so focus, Sarah. So the first 4 things, the first 4 activities that I'm going to do that I've recommitted and I'm sharing this with you, I'm going to commit to doing 100% of this for 100 days, which is until December 21st. I'm going to do this every single freaking day. If I'm in my house, if I'm in a hotel, if we're camping, no excuses. And I've been pretty good about this, but if I'm really honest, I've been documenting it on Instagram. So I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm not fully working on my own journey, which is why if you're doing personal growth, personal development, and you're reading like 2 pages a day, no. It's not enough, you know? We have to do more if we want to become more, and that's not a bad thing. You have so many pockets of time, we all do, while we're vacuuming, while we're driving, while we're doing dishes, while, you're working out, you can stream stuff all the time. We can be filling ourselves with positivity. So the first 4 things that I have committed to doing 100% for 100 days, and I'm challenging you to do the same. Number 1 is to read my vision and review my goals every single morning. As my coffee is brewing or as I'm taking the first few sips, it's the first thing I do before I touch my phone, before I freaking get on social media and reshare any posts. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read my vision and I'm going to revisit my goals, because if I do that, it's going to adjust my prism about how I need to show up that day. It might be a tired day. It might be a hard day. It might be a discouraged day, but I can be like, this is what I'm working for. I want the house on the mini farm with the big white kitchen and the wall of windows with a huge deck and the office right off with the two French doors that open into the kitchen and then open onto the deck. And I have my desk and this is the art. Like, I'm not spending hours thinking about it, but I know what I'm working for. I know what my vision is. I don't know how long it's going to take me. Clearly, I have surrendered what was my quote? I have surrendered my inadequacy and I'm leaning into his capacity. Like, I am committed to trusting the process and doing the work to get me there, but it's also sort of out of my hands. So I'm just going to do my end and trust in the process, okay? I'm also a book of proof. I want you to do this if you aren't already doing it. This whole time, this entire 11 months I've been using this, I've been checking the box and I didn't know what it was. I was like, this is my book of proof. It's my bat, right? No, it's not. I'm using my gratitude journal. So I have my gratitude dump every single day because it just like helps me prime my pump and gets my focus right. And then the next page is my book of proof. And you could just do 1 page for a week. I'm choosing to do 1 page a day and challenge myself to look for the ways that my vision is showing up. The fact that I found a Success Club partner that has an identical journey to mine, no sponsor coach, she's been in the business as long, we're the same rank, we literally have the same 5-star goal within a 2-week period, pay off our debt, like all of our goals are the same. So I'm thanking Jesus that this was a God wink and I'm supposed to work with this girl. Okay, so book of proof. Today, my book of proof, well, we had some good time last night and we haven't been having some good time. I put that in my book of proof because you know that's on my vision statement. All kinds of stuff, you guys. Your vision statement's not just about your business and your career. It's about how you want to feel and how you want your family to be and how you want to look. All the things, okay? That was too much information, wasn't it? All right, 30 minutes of personal development. I'm committing to that because I've been totally half-assing it. I've been doing courses here and there. I read a couple pages, mostly just to share with my Insta stories, if I'm really honest. And I can tell because I was hitting that burnout. I was hitting that, I feel bummed. This is hard. It's not hard, but I wasn't taking in the growth. I wasn't working on myself in the areas I needed to. And so, yeah, it did feel hard. So if you are in a place where this feels hard and you don't know if you can do it, you need personal development. PD. The other thing is to meditate. So I actually decided that I'm going to keep earbuds with my stack of stuff. Every night before I go to bed, I put my pile out and I'm going to put earbuds out so that I can meditate and I can just like drown out the world. And I've gotten better at meditating, but it's something that I have to put on here every day because I tend to gaff it, that or tapping. So I want to make sure that that's part of it. So those are my first 4 things. My first 4 things, did I get those done? You guys, I've been super freaking productive in my like first 20 minutes of my day. Okay. The next couple things on my list are my income providing activities. Yeah, sure. I think that's what it is. Income providing activities. Inviting, following up. Inviting, following up. So I went ahead and I blocked it out in my day. I'm using a pencil because I'm going to erase this. I've set alarms on my phone. I know I'm going to have to shuffle it around. It's okay. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. But like if you don't have a roadmap for how you're going to show up in your day, then how will you ever get shit done? You won't. You're always going to be reactive and then you're going to spend the majority of the day, if you're anything like me, thinking about, crap, I've got to get that done. I've got to get that done. I've got to get that done. Instead of just leading the charge, scheduling it in your day and being like, this is what I'm going to do first before I do the fun thing, before I go on to Instagram, before I whatever. I'm going on Instagram before I do this. But this is what I'm going to do. Like my workout happens at 8. My power pocket is going to happen at 9. And it is number 1, inviting, number 2, following up. And I'm setting a timer. And then at 10 o'clock, I'm on to the next thing. So if I haven't, and you guys are like, whoa, I don't have an hour, then cool. Where are 4 pockets of 15 minutes or 3 pockets of 20 that you can do? You can totally do that. You can totally do a pocket of 15 or 20 minutes, just inviting the people that are already liking your stuff, the people that are following your stories, just touching out, reaching out, touching them. Hey, thanks for following along. I hope that I'm inspiring your journey. Tell me about it. What's happening? Are you moving your body? How are you handling COVID? Are you surviving homeschool? Like whatever is true for you, start having conversations. If you're not being social on social, you're not going to see results, guys. And I'm not asking you to pour your whole heart and soul. I'm not asking you to be people's therapist, but start sending those messages. Start following up with people. All right, so then my 10 o'clock window, this is going to change day to day. It's like something I need to do that I'm dragging my feet on, okay? So I'm a full-time coach. I know a lot of you don't have that time, but this is how I'm scheduling my day, and I'm hoping that you can take morsels of this and plug it in where you want to. This is my plan for this week. Will it be 100%? No. Am I going to have to readjust? Yes. Will I figure out what works better? Yeah, but for so long, I dreaded this Sunday planning and I put it off, and then I was reactive, and then I was overwhelmed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin, okay? So that's why I'm telling you this. So my 10 o'clock window, on most days, it's going to be some part of work for me, but it's going to be something else. Like maybe it's scheduling the post inside my challenge group, or maybe it's going to be updating all of my tracking because that can get out of hand for me. Maybe it's following up with all the people who are on Shakeology, like just touching base with them like, hey, do you know there's a discount? Every single day will be different. Will it be an entire hour? I don't know. It's going to be what you need it to be, but like scheduling it and giving it a place to live in your day makes sure it happens. Versus being like, well, I have all these things to do on my to-do list and I'll just see where I can plug them in. And then it's the last thing you're doing and you're tired and you don't really want to. So front load your day or put it in pockets where you know you can do it. And if you have a baby, I'm looking at you, DeSalvo, you keep it flexible, but you know, like it's kind of like my kids and their homeschooling sticks. Like this has to happen. So where am I going to fit this stick today? Where am I going to fit this little pocket of time while I'm breastfeeding or while the baby's napping or while you'd normally be doing something else? Like just find the little tiny pockets and then put it in there, make it happen. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be Herculean. And then you freaking celebrate it, because that's how you get momentum, is when you are celebrating and tracking the ways that you're showing up. Okay. So then I'm going to start, I love to go for daily walks. Like that just fills my cup and I love it, especially when I get to listen to a podcast or I can listen to some music. It fills my spirit, and for some reason, I don't do it enough. And so the weather is still good and I put that on my schedule, but it's a reward. And so at 11, I have something else. Oh, 11, I'm going to start working Instagram because I'm just, yeah. So I'm going to focus my attention. You don't have to do this just like me. You don't have to spend as much time for me. For me, I want to replace Marshall's income. I want to retire him. I want to build a dream house on a mini farm. So like I'm going to work until I get there. I'm going to work as hard as it takes to get there because I know it's possible. I know so many other coaches have done it. So why not me? So at 11 to 11:30, I have extra little pockets that I scheduled, and I have an alarm set on my phone to nudge me in case I've gotten off track. At 11:30, I'm done. I'm going to go for a walk. That is my me time. I'm going to put in some earbuds and I'm going to reset my spirit by listening to a podcast or something that inspires me, or catching up on the National Wake Up Call. But it's going to be that I love being outside. It feels really good to be away from my kids for 5-10 minutes, right? And my kids are home. Like we are homeschooling this year. So I have pockets in here where I'm like, I need to make sure that they're on track. I need to make sure that I'm getting them set. After that walk, when I come home, I have a huge pocket of time that's just like Mom, Sarah, get shit done time, not business time. And I haven't had that balance because I haven't been planning my time and assigning certain activities to certain pockets. Doesn't have to be a specific time, but it needs to be assigned to a pocket that needs to have a space it lives. Otherwise, we never get to it. And so I was feeling so overwhelmed and so scattered and so just like, I don't know where to begin. And then I would go down a rabbit hole, and 4 hours later, I'm like, I worked so hard today, but it wasn't being consistent. And so that's why I'm talking to you about this, and I'm challenging you to make some time today to plan your week so that you can be productive and you can get results and you can make this something that's duplicatable and something that you want to do, something that's not like this sucking your life force out, okay? So family reading, I love to read again, but it's something I gaff off. I put off. Oh, I'll get to it. Today, it's like, that's what my reward is after this, is I'm so excited to sit down with a fiction book and read for fun, just for fun. And I've been saying ever since summer, I want us all to have like a family reading hour pocket or whatever, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? And so I was like, okay, so I'm going to finish my work day unless I have something else happening. I'm going to finish my work day by 11:30 so I can go put on my oxygen mask, get my walk in, listen to something inspiring, and then come home and do the mom stuff. And then we have that alarm at 2 o'clock if it works. I don't know. I might have to move it around. Okay, we're not going to be super anal retentive about this. And that's when we read. And then I did this other thing. I put in a pocket of 30 minutes only, just 30 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. I have an alarm on my phone to remind me to do it. And that's when I plug in and reply to messages. Do not make the same mistake I did where when I was a new coach, I replied all the time. I was constantly in my messenger. Oh my gosh, they replied. I need to get back to them. No, you're a coach. This is a business. You are not at their beck and call. I'm not at my coach's beck and call. You can message me, you can text me, and if it's a good time, I'll reply to you. But I'm not anyone's bitch, and I don't want you to be either. So it's okay to set up business hours. It's okay to protect your personal space. It's okay to have a message come in and not to reply to it until you're working again. And then when you reply to them, you say, thanks so much for being patient. And then you address it. You don't say, I'm sorry it took you so long. Thank you for being patient. Let's catch up. Be a business owner. You guys, if you treat it like a business, it will become a business and it will become something that's like choking you because you're like, I have to reply to my messages. And then your spouse is pissed because you're always on your freaking phone, or your kids are like, you're always on your phone. I'm speaking from personal experience. So I put that little tiny nudge in there at 3:30 because that's usually when I was working my business anyway. Lately, I've been working more in the afternoon for like hours. And I want, it's like Marshall usually gets home about 4:30. So it's like the perfect time. The kids are out playing with friends because they've just gotten out of school. It gives me a half an hour to dive into my messages, not to dick around, and to reply to those people, to get them set up with links, or to get their share a cart set up, or to answer a quick question. But you don't need to be on call 24/7. People are purchasing a $160 thing for 1 year. They are not purchasing your time and your energy every freaking second. I had someone ask me, well, I signed up with you as a coach. What does that get me? Gets you access to my group. It makes me your coach for forever. You get access to my epic tribe and you get these kick-ass tools. Doesn't make me your bitch. How much would people be paying if you were their personal trainer? You're not a personal trainer. You are a real life human working on your journey. It is not your responsibility to be someone's wife, someone's parent, and to handhold. I want you to support your people and your coaches, but I want you to know it's so okay to protect that balance and to put up your little bubble and be like, yeah, because if you do that, you're going to be a much more effective coach. You're going to be happier. And we want to attract people that can duplicate this. We don't want people that are just so overwhelmed and freaked out and oh my gosh, this is all I ever do. Cool. So anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So I put that in here. I also have my afternoon that I'm going to take off. That I actually put in pen, you guys. That's how committed I am. So the only thing I don't have in here are, if any of you want to have one-on-ones, even if I'm not your personally sponsored coach, I'm happy to get on the phone with you and figure out if you need to place someone somewhere or what you want your plan to be or whatever. Okay, I would love to chat with you. 15-minute increments. And then a team call. I want to do a team call this week. We just have to figure that out. And then the other thing is that Thursday we have a sneak peek. So I put these things in my week, and will I have to realign? I'm sure I will. But I feel so much more prepared going into my week knowing that I'm going to hit all the boxes. I'm going to get all the things done that I need to get done without feeling suffocated and overwhelmed and just so dragged down by this. Coaching is the best thing I've ever done. I freaking love it. It gives me life. But the flip side is it can take over your life. And I want all of you to be working on your journeys first and foremost. I want this to be something that fills you up and brings you light so that you can peddle hope to others and you can share your authentic journey, not something that has you chained to a phone and feeling like you always have to be plugged into groups and stuff. Cool? So planning your week. And Jamie, I know you're not here yet, to work the business. You're totally my dream girl, though. We're going to go to Tony Robbins. It's going to be amazing. But you probably are already doing this. If you're not, where can you put those little tiny pockets of you time and the personal growth time and in the mornings, you're already reading your daily devotional and stuff. So I'm challenging you to do the book of proof. Like, how is your dream life coming into fruition right now? What are the people that have come into your life? What are the situations? Did you just find a $20 bill on the ground? Did you find something epic while you were doing laundry? Like, all those little things are just proof that, yes, indeed, you are on your way and that great things are ahead. Cool. So, team call. Let me know. I know I'm talking. We got it in groups. We got it in here. So far, it looks like maybe Friday day after 2. Maybe. I don't know. So if you want a one-on-one with me, I am selling free 15-minute calls with me. We will not be bitching. We will not be ranting. We will not be being negative. We will be making a plan to get you momentum, sister, because you deserve it. And coaching is awesome and epic, but it takes us making that shift to becoming a business owner and to taking care of ourselves and to putting up boundaries, and then also to like breaking up with our own BS and being like, you know what? I love this and it changed my life. And it's not up to me to decide for other people if it's a yes or a no. It's up to me to share my journey, to invite them along, and then to follow up like a mofo. True story. So if you haven't yet done it, freaking plan out your week. You guys, just teeny tiny pockets of time. It doesn't have to be hours. It could be 4 15-minute pockets. It could be 3 20-minute pockets. If you don't have that, you have that. It's on social media. True.